You guys knew the video was coming, right? Censor now further complaints out there about the Challenger and subsystem currently in the Call of Duty League, or, of course, the subsystem being Challengers as well, coming out this past weekend, and my oh my, I did not expect this news to drop, claiming over $100,000 lost participating in Call of Duty League because of lost sponsors and endorsements, which are conflicting of interest with the Call of Duty League standards, and thus, as a substitute player, he could not take them. Along with that, if you guys did catch this past weekend, Doug tried to actually stream the Challenger Cup or the Challenger events, and unfortunately, because of conflict with the CDL, you can't actually stream the Challenger event while that is going on. I do believe as well, on top of that, if you are a Call of Duty League player, you can't even stream other third-party game modes, that being Challenger events, that being the actual league, that being Warzone, during the weekend events if one is going on. I believe that is the case. So obviously, if Censor is going to come out about this, let me relate this to other esports very firstly before we actually talk about his tweets and his videos alongside that. Do any of you guys remember back to Tfue? I believe it was with 72 Hours and Cloaksy. There was an event going on. He wanted to actually play the Fortnite event. Those two actually ditched him to actually take a sponsorship deal instead. And Tfue, because of all of this, lost out on what I believe the numbers were easily over $100,000 for an endorsement because he wanted to play the Fortnite event and they wanted to take the sponsorship deal to play, I believe it was a Madden sponsored event instead, which is pretty nuts, right? And so what do I say to that? Turner, Dougie boy, hey, where are these six-figure deals for esports talk? You know, I can play games. I'll do that kind of stuff. It's pretty crazy to see what these guys can be paid just to make content or stream content or make videos. Just try and wrap your head around that for a second. It's just, it's pretty wild. So relation to that, of course, now Censor follows up. Him taking a $50K minimum salary. We don't know what he is being paid. He sacrificed a lot of time and a lot of money to be in the Call of Duty League. And of course, he is fighting back because I think a majority of people agree the current system is very, very broken when it comes time for benefits for those sub players. You know, despite the backlash that Doug, he very, can be a controversial character himself, I would say a far majority of people out there agree the subsystem right now is not perfect, and I think it's great that Censor is actually putting his voice out there to change this for all future subs and players. As he says, since joining the CoD League, I lost an endorsement for $100,000 because of their restrictions. I have been limited on being able to compete and produce content because of restrictions. I was given permission to stream the Challengers Cup, and then they switched up on me. This is just ridiculous at this point. I've been very patient, cooperative, and respectful despite losing tons of cash, opportunities, etc. All I'm trying to do is produce content to grow our league, but that is prohibited. Players Union is a must. And then for all of you guys wondering, he had a follow-up video to summarize this even better. So here is that video on top of that.
Hey guys, just want to make a video clarifying a little bit more about my points I just made. So since I joined the Call of Duty League back in October, I've lost over $100,000 in sponsorship money and endorsements and opportunities with brand deals, etc. because of the league's constricted restrictions with sponsorships, which it shouldn't affect, like, whatever the league does with their sponsors should be their sponsors, and I should be able to have whatever sponsors I want outside of the league. And when I'm playing on a Call of Duty League team, yeah, I should rep those sponsors that are working with the league, but then outside of the league, I have a YouTube channel, I have a live stream platform, I have all these opportunities that I've worked hard throughout my life through building content and being consistent with it to have, and now I don't have those anymore because I'm a Call of Duty player in the league, because I want to pursue my dream of being a COD pro and winning at the highest level, and I want to use this brand that I have to build this league up. And it seems every time I try to take a step forward, every time I try to take all these hits behind the scenes, and every time I try to get clarification behind the scenes, I've been working on this for 7 months, guys, it's just always a step backwards. So in the Challenger Cup that just happened, that's going on right now, I asked the league on Thursday if I have permission to stream it, and they told me yes. They gave me a flat out, yes, you can stream the Challengers Cup this weekend. I turned the stream on, immediately had 1,000 viewers. It would have went up to 2,000, 3,000, probably 10,000 by the finals. That's a huge opportunity for Call of Duty because nobody in this league really pulls that many viewers. I want to be able to use my platform to pull these viewers, to grow this league, to grow my brand, to grow everybody around me. And they told me that I couldn't stream it because I wasn't changed to a streamer contract. And I've never heard about a streamer contract, guys. I've asked questions. I haven't gotten these answers. When I ask if I can stream the Challengers Cup and you tell me yes, I expect to be able to stream the Challengers Cup. It's very clear and black and white to me. So I'm going to make a YouTube video. I'm going to dive a lot deeper into these issues. I don't want you guys to feel sorry for me. I'm just trying to get all this stuff worked out. Like, I have a big brand and I want to use this brand to grow this league. And every time I try to take a step forward and work from ground zero and build my way back up, it just seems like it's another slap in the face with everything that I do. And I'm just so sick and tired of it, guys. A player union needs to happen ASAP. The league needs to talk to me on the phone ASAP. We got to get this thing sorted. And I'm going to give you guys more info as it comes, but I'm definitely making a YouTube video once this tournament is over because this shit is just bullshit, man. And it needs to change. Like, it just has to change. Like, like, I'm at this breaking point. I'm going to provide you guys with some facts like I always do. I don't want to be interpreted as somebody who's crying, but it's like, dude, if you're losing the amount of opportunities and money that I'm losing going through this stress, like there's no other alternative than just speaking up and saying something. So look out for the video. I'm going to focus on this tournament.
And I'm not going to lie to you guys, usually when I go home, I think more about videos because there's just so much going on. And I want to give a quick thank you to all of you COD fans out there who send me DMs about this stuff, just in case I do miss it. I really do appreciate you guys, but you made my head whirl this past weekend with how many stories we did have. So last night I spent a lot of time thinking about, exactly what the league can do. Now, I'm not trying to say that just like Fortnite, that any streamer out there, any player in the Call of Duty League can stream whatever they want. Fortnite is an utter rarity. There are not pretty much any esports out there that lets you stream events, tournaments, your practice, your scrims, because Fortnite is all on its own. Actually, for a lot of Fortnite events, when it comes to official broadcasts, they do allow any streamer out there to do viewer parties, stream the event or tournament themselves, showcase everything on their stream, sometimes without delay. That's a rarity. Most other esports abide by the same rules of a franchise league that Call of Duty does, and it is quite unfortunate. But when it comes time for Doug's main argument, I think he does have, is the Challenger system does not have an official broadcast. So enforcing him to not be able to stream that, despite there not being an official broadcast, he is taking nothing away from the Challenger event. If anything, in my opinion, he is adding to it. The only thing I can think of is they don't want Doug streaming the Challenger event because then COD League viewers might watch his stream of the Challenger event instead of the official Call of Duty League broadcast for the Upper League. That's the only thing I can think about when it comes time for sponsor restrictions and endorsement restrictions. That is not my field to talk on. Of course, you feel for a guy like Censor because, he lost out on more money than he's probably making salary-wise with a couple of deals for content. He's also not been producing content because of the time he puts into the league. I think certainly if there are teams out there who are going to hire guys like Censor or sub players at all who want to make additional content or make additional cash opportunities, there has to be some sort of things to work out. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus when it comes to this, but there have been other Call of Duty players who have took endorsements from specific sites that are actually against league rules and have probably been paid financially for them. So it sucks that some players might be getting away with this for a short period of time, and Censor clearly is not. Not going to name names. Maybe you guys understand. Maybe you don't. But I definitely feel for a guy like Censor in this situation. I am glad he is speaking up. And as per usual, if you guys have your thoughts or comments on the situation, what COD League can do, what Censor can do, I'm sure that maybe a few people out there related to Call of Duty will be reading the comment section down below. I have no idea the exact perfect fix, but certainly something has to change for sub players and players in Call of Duty League going forward who maybe want to make more content or stream more content. These restrictions, they seem quite strict, but we'll see if anything does change. I feel for a guy like Censor, we will see if he can actually make progress for other players in the league. Until next time, enjoy yourselves, all right? Drink your water, drink your coffee. I do apologize for being a bit late on the story because we've had so many Call of Duty stories. I figure I could touch on all of them one day at a time. Until next time, take care. Okay, bye-bye.